That was a shit version of a shot. Sorry.
Nice. All right.
I'm alright, thank you. Hello, guys. Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Ollie and Rich.
I'm Ollie.
And I'm Rich.
Let's shoot that shit.
Yeah. So I've just read an article on The Guardian that Tom Hanks put £100 on Leicester to win the Premier League at the start of the season.
Blimey. £100?
Yeah.
What, with a bookie?
Yeah.
So, with the odd... That's going to be an insane amount of money when he wins.
He's an Aston Villa supporter, apparently. Why the fuck would you support Aston Villa? Like, for coming from America? Surely, like, Americans would just think, oh shit, I'm going to support, like, Man U, Chelsea, or...
Well, maybe he feels a strong cultural link to Birmingham.
Yeah. Well, basically, the reporter who asked him, like, said in disbelief, like, you didn't, did you? And he was just like, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. He was acting all aloof about it. Maybe he's just chatting shit.
I was going to say, £100, sort of, with the odds they had, he'd never have to work again. That would be him. He'd never have to work films. He'd have so much money.
Well, to be honest, his career kind of tanked after the thing when he was stuck in the thing with the ball.
Sorry, the what?
The thing when he was stuck on the thing with the ball.
The thing with the ball?
Yeah, the thing, Castaway or whatever it's called.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
The one when he's stranded.
Oh.
And he becomes friends with Nelson. Nelson the Ball. I don't think it's called Nelson.
I've not seen that film.
Okay, cool. Let's stop chatting about that and talk about something that's caught my eye this week.
Sorry, did you also just say that his career's tanked?
Yeah. Oh no, there's a thing with the thing in the airport that was pretty good.
That's years ago now. He's done things since.
Yeah, but it's not like as big as that. I don't think. Like, I think that was the height. Obviously, Forrest Gump was like epic.
The height.
Yeah, but now it's sort of like downhill. I think just like this.
Like this introduction.
Yeah. But anyway, so man, I found an interesting topic for us to talk about.
Yeah, sure.
So when you're having coitus and your woman decides to tell you that you're shit at having sex because she hasn't, come.
All right.
Basically, it's not you, it's them. A recent study at the Indiana University, which has been published in the Clinical Anatomy Journal, has basically said that the size and position of a woman's vagina impacts
the position. I mean, it can surely only be in one place, really. I mean, there's not a lot of wiggle room. Okay, I mean, when I said position, I forgot to add the clitoris position. The position of the clitoris in relation to the urinary tract. So if it's 2.5 centimeters along the urinary tract, then she is likely to, get enough friction as the penis goes in and out of her vagina. So then she will come. Well, if you're doing and putting in that work. But if it was 3 centimeters or more, then you ain't achieving a climax via, penis. So basically, if she ever says it's your fault, you just whack out a ruler and then you can find out whether it is or not.
Exactly. Bam.
Shift the blame.
I thought that was fucking awesome. But yeah, no, that was really interesting. Really interesting.
And this is actually a proper scientific journal. This isn't some vanity
This is
publishing
I
thing.
I searched for the article and it actually exists. I haven't gone into depth because I couldn't access it at the time. So
behind a paywall.
Yeah. I think science should be free.
It should, man. It most definitely should.
I don't agree with this having to pay someone to do it.
Well, because then the average person, the only way they can then access this information, they have to rely on the reporting of
I found
the news media.
Huffington
News
Post.
media is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful reporting. Any story, but science especially, they have no fucking idea. So sensationalist.
Well, I think that's out of order, especially like with the fact that it has like the link in the Huffington Post article, and it's just like, oh, click here if you want to read it. And then there are some people just off put by that. Like, I think if you're trying to get more people,
though.
Yeah, you get the abstract.
So you can get a brief overview.
Yeah, but if you're trying to get people and inspire people and like to be interested in science, then you should like make it free for people. Find other ways of getting.
I find it funny that this particular article is what's made you speak out for justice in science publishing.
I found it very insightful and very informative. The Huffington Post article.
Yeah. And
I wanted to know more. So then, if I do come into the situation where a woman has an orgasm through my penis going in there,
you can blame her.
I can use scientific facts to back up.
You can get the article up on your phone.
Let's get a ruler, bitch. But someone in the article actually said that basically it's like something good that you can do with your significant other. Can measure the distance between the clitoris and the thing together. It's like a bonding experience.
Is it?
I don't know.
For whom? It's
a bit of a reach there.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah.
It's a fucking weirdo bonding experience.
Vagina. Yeah. So, another thing that I found interesting, which is interestingly, I found on Huffington Post as well.
Oh, you've been spending a lot of time on the Huffington Post.
I have.
Is that your new go-to?
It's my well, we always knew it was my go-to. I went to Fader.
It was Complex, wasn't it? Complex.
Yeah. Online pop culture blogging site.
Nice.
And then I went to Huffington Post, and now and then I went to Fader, which you complained about. So now I've gone back to Huffington Post. But the next thing after this, I have gone into like a lot of articles, like the Independent, the Guardian,
You've done some actual
the Daily Mail.
Shit.
I've
serious.
I've read up on shit, man.
Reputable news sources.
I'm on fire. So yeah, basically this chain in London, bakery cum restaurant called Le Pain Quotidien, has basically launched its own Pay It Forward campaign. So basically it gives diners the opportunity to purchase like extra food or a dish or two and give it to a complete stranger, which I thought was pretty cool. Like, it's the first large chain in the UK to actually do so. And I think it's like pretty awesome, like, because most people in London, Le Pain Quotidien.
It's a restaurant.
It's a restaurant, yeah. Okay. It's sort of a bakery thing. So basically, they're doing this loyalty card, but basically, they're making sure that everyone can help someone because they're doing it sort of a stratified system. So you pay what you can pay and like.
Okay, so go over the concept. Okay, quick. So you turn up.
We turn up. You get like this loyalty card that you can keep topping up, I think they said. So you order your meal, and then you'll say, oh, like, basically, I'd like to pay for a stranger's coffee, a croissant, or, you know, there's the highest thing that you can do is basically do there's a dinner for two, or you can pay for a bakery food masterclass.
So there's several. You've basically got a list of options.
Yeah.
You can buy an additional item for the next guy in line.
Yeah, exactly. But basically, they've also teamed up with a national charity called Food Cycle, and basically that helps create nutritious meals made from surplus food, and they give that to people who are in poverty or basically are in social isolation. So I think that's pretty nifty.
Surplus food, do you mean like in supermarkets, they throw out sort of veg just because it looks a bit weird, that sort of thing? Like if you've got a carrot that looks a bit too much like I believe that's what it is, yeah. Then they chuck it out.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is ridiculous.
They passed a law, didn't they, in France last year, where all supermarkets have to give it away.
Yeah, I think that's bloody awesome.
To a charity to then, obviously, I guess just mush it up, make soups for the homeless. Yeah. It's a lovely idea.
Well, I think that's good. You know, it's like us as individuals, as we've like become more advanced, have developed ways of, you know, creating food to the perfect standard, and, you know, like food that isn't to that standard is normally just chucked away, and now we're helping people who are
without food. Sans food. How does this exactly link? Like, where's the charity aspect come in there? Because they're giving money to buy the next guy's croissant.
So basically, for every baking masterclass purchased via the Pay It Forward scheme, the restaurant will donate £5 to this food cycle company.
Sorry, how much is this masterclass?
That was not in the article. They basically
this is what happens when you rely solely on
Huffington Post. Okay,
you should have gone to Complex.
I'm sorry, but even then, that's pretty cool. It's like running across 26 like London branches, and it's running from the 25th to the 28th.
Once you've paid, how does it work? So some guy will come up and they'll be like, "Oh, I've got a croissant here," and then the cashier just says, "Well, you're in luck, my fine friend, because someone else has already bought that croissant, but they want you to have it."
Basically, one of the things that they've said in there is that you can choose the person that you give it to. So fair enough, it's a stranger, but you'll be like, oh yeah, this person, can I give it to them? So I think everyone signs into this scheme, and you obviously say whether you've got money or you haven't got money, and then if you're not on the money side,
so wait, do you have to go onto an app then to see? This sounds needlessly complicated.
Yeah, I do not know that. I really need to stop using Huffington Post and delve deeper into the news sources. But I just thought the concept was bloody awesome.
Well, because there was, I mean, this might not even be true. I read it on the internet, and the internet's full of bollocks. But there was a story I read. It was a couple of years back now. There was this guy who owned like a pizzeria or something, and Yeah, he operated a similar system where, you know, a slice of pizza was like $1. Some people would pay $2.
Yeah.
And he'd put the dollar, I think there was a pinboard actually. You'd like pin the dollar up on the wall, and then homeless people or needy people would come along, grab the free slice of pizza that was paid for. It was a lot simpler system than cards and apps. And what I want to know is, who the fuck is buying these cookery courses for strangers?
Someone
and
who
how
a
do
lot
you
of
claim
dollar.
that?
Well, I suppose if they
because surely people would only buy those for people they know. Because you're not just going to say, right, next person that comes in it, mate.
Yeah,
I want you to whisk them away, teach them how to make bread or whatever.
Yeah. Well, what would be fucked up is if someone who actually has a shitload of money walks in after and they get them. Well, you know what I mean? If it's literally the next person that comes in. Okay. Oh, I've actually gone to the Le Pan Quotidien website. I'm looking at it.
So when are they opening this? When is this?
It's the 25th of April till the 28th.
So it started. What's it today? 26th.
26th.
So, it's till Friday.
Yeah. So basically, on the website, they say it's a trial, and basically it's just a trial of performing random acts of kindness throughout the week, leading to our official PIF day, which is on the 28th.
PIF.
Pay it forward.
Yeah.
Look at that. Cool. Yeah, they don't actually say how, like...
It works.
Yeah. Oh, no, so basically, you simply buy the card, like the pay it forward card, and you select what you would like to pass on, so coffee, tartine, dinner for 2, or baking classes, and you can pass it on to anyone, so a friend, a parent, a colleague, or a perfect stranger. Suggest they pass it on a good deed to someone else. It can be as big or small as a deed as they would like to make. It reminds me of a film, actually, because there was a film called Pay It Forward with Kevin Spacey and the kid who could see ghosts in the film with Bruce Willis when that guy was actually dead. Spoiler alert.
In case anyone didn't know how Sixth Sense ended.
Yeah. So yeah, that they did good deeds, and like this kid basically was born in like a shitty like area, and Kevin Spacey came in and like tried to teach him about, you know, the concept of like you doing a good deed and passing on to someone
random
else.
Acts of kindness.
Exactly. I think if we all did that, we would just like...
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, if everyone was nice, you know, nice to everyone, people might be less dickish, less stressed out, less irritable.
Especially in London, where people are stressed, are dickish. Yeah. And that's partly why I like to live there, because there's a lot of people being stressy and dickish.
And that entertains you.
That entertains me. I like to watch people being
stress amuse you. I don't think it'll be quite as funny when you also have the exact same stresses.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have enjoyed it like when I was at uni, but I didn't go there, so it's sad times. Sucks to be me.
Well.
Oh well. Talking about something else that entertained me. So Beyonce Knowles has released her latest album, 6th album.
Shit, man.
Did a surprise
here, there, and everywhere today. You're just pinging around.
Sorry. But yeah, no. So basically, she said on she put up recently. So it's like 2 months ago, she did the Formation video, which, you know, has caused a load of controversy.
I have no idea. What is it?
Formation. So it's the thing that she performed at the Super Bowl performance, and it's sort of in that she's like shouting out as the Black Lives Matter activists and stuff.
Yeah, with the people dressed in militant garb raising the Black
Panther salute. Yeah. So basically, since 2013, when she released her surprise album, she hasn't really done anything else apart from that. 2 months later, she announced online that she was going to have a HBO special, and this HBO special was pretty much like a movie event. So like, she had all the videos and the concept art for this album. So every song had a
HBO. Is it a live gig? Because when I hear HBO special, I think
so. It was a live stream of everything. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a big fancy arena gig.
Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't a gig. No. It was like a televised. So it was like basically a movie. Sorry, not a gig. It was a movie of like. So it was like a concept album. So every song had a video, so it was like a continuous stream of like all those songs.
Oh, so the whole album, but just with a series of connected or continuous videos. Okay. Yeah.
So then basically after that, she released the album on Tidal, And there's been
exclusively on Tidal.
Exclusively on Tidal, but we all know how exclusively on Tidal happens. Like with Kanye West saying his album was exclusively on Tidal, and then a month later,
it's available.
It's available everywhere, which he's now being sued for with a class action.
What, JayZ is suing?
No, they're suing. Well, they're suing Tidal and Kanye West because basically they said this is exclusively. It will never be anywhere else. So a load of people flocked to Tidal. I flocked to Tidal.
Oh, so
just for
the customers.
Yeah. They've all banded together.
People who pay for Tidal are suing Tidal and Kanye West.
Yeah. Well, they've got people into buying their product when they're saying their content is exclusive. It's not exclusive, is it? It's exclusive for a month. They should have stated that.
When you sign the contract, does it specifically say in the sign-up contract will give you access to exclusive material by Kanye West?
No.
Well,
when I signed up, it wasn't that. Well, I'm not in the class action, so I don't really care. I cancelled it.
I mean, how much of a leg do you have to stand on here? Like, are they obligated to give specific exclusive?
Well, it's like the Red Bull thing. Do you not remember, like, someone where it said Red Bull gives you wings, and someone complained saying Red Bull didn't give them wings, and they won like a huge amount of money from them.
Well, I mean, it's slightly different. Firstly, the Red Bull thing, that was fucking retarded. Like, if you're watching a Red Bull commercial, and you see the little cartoon person with the wings, and you decide to jump out the window after a Red Bull, then we've lost nothing. No crime has been committed. Okay. The crime was that person's birth in the first place. You're an idiot.
That's fair.
Secondly, I mean, it is different in as much as if you are retarded and you take Red Bull's thing literally true, Red Bull will not give you wings. It's not literally going to give you wings. Whereas saying you've got exclusive content doesn't mean, well, we've given you this bit of content exclusively now and we've then opened it up. That doesn't, I don't know, to me it just doesn't open a problem. Like, is there still exclusive content to Tidal? Right, there you go.
But I think it's his own words.
Lawsuit out the fucking window.
He said it will never be released anywhere else.
Kanye
West said that. He said there will be no physical copies of it. Well, there has been no physical copies, which is good. But he said it will only be...
Does it matter? Fuck these people. Music's supposed to be heard. All this wanky, pretentious, elitist bullshit. All this. Tidal makes fuck all sense to me, man. All this...
Well, I just had it for a while, and like the high quality, I didn't expect, because I mainly used it on my phone.
People, unless you buy stupendously high-end speakers, you're not going to notice a difference.
No.
And even then, I don't know. I mean,
you had to have Wi-Fi to be able to experience it on your phone, and even then, I couldn't tell the difference.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just an unsophisticated swine, but to me, I mean, once you reach a certain level of music quality, I mean, who really gives a shit? I mean, that's not going to make a huge amount of difference. No. I'm sure there's audiophiles screaming. I mean, they're not listening to this, probably.
Right.
Because the compression is too low or something. I don't fucking know, twats.
Sure, man.
If they are listening, they bloody shouldn't be. They fuck off their gold cables and shit.
So back to the album. So it's been classed as a masterpiece by Beyonce.
What, Kanye West's album?
No, Beyonce's
wait,
album.
so Beyonce said her own album is a masterpiece?
No. People have said it's a masterpiece, but it's shrouded in a lot of controversy. So, like, basically, she's addressed concepts such as slavery, rioting, and Malcolm X. But despite it all, what seems to be the major issue, like everyone seems to be concerned about, like regardless of the fact that she's addressing like issues of police brutality as well, is the fact that she's talked about an affair that her husband has had, and that's all that anyone cares about. All they want to do is find out who the woman that he's had an affair with. It's like, no, like.
So, sorry, it's a song lyric.
There's a couple of songs in there where she's basically spoken about him having an affair.
Specifically about JayZ?
Yeah. So basically in one of the songs called Hurt Yourself, or Don't Hurt Yourself, this is your final warning. If you try this shit again, you lose your wife.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that JayZ was...
Well.
And Beyonce were on the rocks.
Well,
blimey. This completely changes how I view... everything.
Really?
No.
So basically...
Sorry, but why is...
What?
Look at JayZ.
Why would you cheat on Beyonce?
And look at Beyonce.
She's a queen.
Why? What's he doing?
Well, I think once you've got that, you sort of get a little bit drunk, don't you? It's like, shit, I've got this now. I need to, you know. Some people like will be like, shit, I'm happy with this, but some people like, well, if I'm banging this queen, like, I can bang whatever I want, and you know, it's all good. I, on the other hand, would be like, shit, like nothing compares to this.
I can't fuck this up.
Yeah, it's like a nice bottle of. I'm trying to think of a nice rum that I'd have. I don't want to say Captain Morgan's because that's not even good enough. Or Morgan Spice.
That's just supermarket rum, mate.
Yeah. I'd say like a nice, like...
You don't actually know anything about rums. Just a nice rum.
Just a nice rum.
A nice rum.
Yeah.
Like a bottle of nice rum.
Yeah. Top quality. Like brewed for like how many years? And they're not even brewed.
You don't brew spirits, mate. Jesus.
Cool. Shit.
I like how you try and look sophisticated there with the spirit knowledge, but you don't even know the most rudimentary of...
I'm sorry.
Spirit-related trivia.
Visibly. I was going to say, actually, like, do you know Dom Perignon? But that's not rum. I know that's not rum.
Yeah, okay.
I know that's not rum, but like a bottle of Dom Perignon.
Yeah, okay.
Like, that's what you'd class Beyonce as.
Yeah.
Well, yeah? Okay, cool. Like, carry on. So basically, as well, basically, it's empowered a lot of women because there's a lot of feminism and feministic points that she makes along there, and it's one of the messages that she's put in one of her songs is basically that women shouldn't give up on themselves. And one article that I found interesting, which was also on Huffington Post, was by an Asian lady, and she's basically bringing out of the fact that, you know, women still haven't got equal rights and stuff. But then what she also said is that
did she give a specific example?
Well, basically, she said that like feminism should also be stratified further, and basically like be classed on race as well, because she's saying that if you look at like the pay scales of like white women to like ethnic minorities, there's still like a disparity there.
Yeah, it's just intersectional feminism.
Yeah. So basically she's talking about that, and she's like, you're not gonna, like, a Caucasian woman's not gonna walk down the street and say, oh, I love a little bit of exotic art. I might, like, you know.
So again, like, the thing that annoys me with intersectional feminism, as annoys me with a lot of things on the left these days, is everything's broken down into race.
Yeah.
And I don't know, when you look,
but race is still important, isn't it? Then?
Yeah, but why specifically just race? Surely class.
Yeah.
If you're looking at justice and equality, I mean, class is a description of a person's status in society. So it just, you know, a rich black woman has no more problems than a rich white woman.
That's a good point.
I mean, what does Beyonce has to, you know... I know she might have had difficulties coming up.
Yeah. Well, I don't think
Oprah,
Beyonce
where they are now.
Yeah.
Like, their kids aren't stripping for college money, are they?
Well, I don't think Beyonce is the one who said that. She's literally just said that women shouldn't, like, put themselves or quit anything. Like, they should keep persevering and they'll get there. But this woman has interpreted it.
That's just a good message for anyone, really.
Exactly. But basically, in one of the movies of the project, this is what I found quite interesting, and this is where I'm sort of like polarized in this, because like one thing I think it's good. I've listened to the album and I was really interested in that. They've got like appearances from like James Blake and Kendrick Lamar, and Diplo produces some of the songs on there.
Okay.
But basically, in one of the movies, basically it's depicted with the mothers of Michael Brown and Travion Martin.
What, in the video?
In the video.
On the HBO thing?
Well, they're actually in it, and they're holding like pictures of their sons.
Okay.
So that led to me reading about Piers Morgan, because he's basically written an article for the Daily Mail talking about...
He's back over here now. He's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Kicked from CNN.
Yeah. Well, basically, he's spoken about the fact that there's been a change in Beyonce, because in 2008 he interviewed her and basically said, have you ever experienced racism? And she was just like, yeah, I have a bit. But basically she said that she feels that her successors have basically stopped people looking at her race and like seeing her as a musician and basically, you know, as a successful singer. But basically, she also used examples of Barack Obama, Tiger Woods, and Oprah. Like, they're like high up in the field. They're not known just because they're black. They're known because they are like powerful individuals that have worked their arse off to get there. But then basically what he said
the
now...
fact that they're black is also... I mean, for Barack Obama, he will go down in history as the first non-white.
Well, that's the thing, he's not black. Like, he's mixed race. That's the thing we need to remember when everyone says that.
Indeed.
Like, he is half white. You know. But yeah.
Does that make him like the 47th and a half white president? What's he? Is he 48, 49? I don't know. But God yeah. Knows. So basically, he basically has coined her now as a militant activist who views herself... Piers Morgan. So he said she's changed from like what she said there, where she just wants to be known as a musician rather than by her race. You can't really describe a musician as a militant.
Well, the points that she's making, like she's saluting to the Black Panthers, is where it's coming from. Like even like the police forces, like in the New York one was saying, like she's used the Super Bowl as a way of attacking police.
Did she?
Well, basically, it's all in light of the Trayvon Martin and the, you know, like the shootings and the brutality by the police. But also, he said that she views herself as a political activist first and foremost, and an entertainer / musician second. And he's gone on to basically say that he preferred the old Beyonce, the less inflammatory, agitating one, the one who didn't use grieving mothers to shift records and further fill her active, already enriched purse, the one who wanted to be judged on her stupendous talent, not her skin color, and wanted us to do the same. Which, the one point that I agree with him on...
he's such a prick. I hate Piers Morgan.
She has kind of exploited those mothers to an extent, but then also on the other side, I do think she's sending a message that
has she exploited them? Have they exploited her? Because now, I mean, they're being given an enormous voice.
Yeah,
and their cause is being given massive coverage.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting, but the 2 points that I found interesting from it is that obviously he's come out with the fact that she could be exploiting them to like sell her records, which I don't personally think she is doing.
Well, she doesn't need to, does she? Beyonce can basically... They just as well give her a license to print money, and she can stop with all the fucking singing and dancing and whatever. They should just give her you know, the screens, whatever it is they use to print dollars, dollar bills.
And the second thing that I found was the fact that she has produced this like album, like, which has transcended a load of different like genres. So she's got like some rock, she's got some like country in there, she's got like R&B and soul. And she's addressed like issues that are still prevalent today, but all that anyone cares about is the fact that JayZ has had an affair, and everyone wants to know who JayZ has had an affair with. Like people say, it's
we come back round to it. Yeah, you know, we're discussing the serious political issues, and now here we are.
But I don't understand why society cares about that. They should be caring about what she's trying to like, you know, get rid of. Like she's trying to tell us that this is a real life issue that we should actually be like trying to get rid of police brutality.
Art is art. You take from it what you want. It's subjective.
Facebook trending literally is just who is JayZ.
Facebook trending is a fucking cesspit. I checked it earlier and it's stupid fucking articles. There's one. It's like Chris Martin and I can't even remember her name.
Jennifer Lawrence.
No, Heather
Mills.
No, she was in an Austin Powers, The Spy That Shagged Me, and Boogie Nights.
Heather Graham.
That's the one.
Yeah.
They were walking on a beach together.
Okay.
And that's made Facebook trending. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Who's sharing that? Who's reading that?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, I think also what people should be thinking is that the strength of her to take him back after he has cheated on her.
What, Beyonce?
Yeah. That's a big...
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
That's a big thing to forgive someone. Like, I have not got a power to forgive someone.
Well, we don't even know that he has.
That's a good point.
Just lyrics.
Yeah.
We don't know.
That's fair. Well, basically, at the end, she did, say if you... one of the songs is like, if you do this again, you will lose your wife and she will take the kid. So...
Did she mention him by name?
She used, like, there's a name that he refers to himself in his Magna Carta Holy Grail song.
Yeah.
Or one of the songs in the album. And she actually referenced that name. So people have sort of extrapolated that it is JayZ that she's talking about. But then again, she could be talking about a past relationship before JayZ. She may have a secret kid for all we know.
Jesus. She's been in the spotlight from a very young age. I'm not sure she's probably had time and a private time to squeeze out a secret child.
And to look that fine. Bloody hell. Like a fine wine. But yeah, no, that's what I found.
What a dick.
Does
it upset you that she's become militant?
No.
Singing fucking songs.
I think as an artist, you should reflect, you know.
Well, that's just, it's such a
what's happening.
Way of looking at it. So he doesn't like that she's changed.
Right.
And now her politics make him, as a middle-class white man in England, uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, that's one interesting thing I found, is that in that article where they were talking about what did you say, the thing about the feminism?
Intersectional feminism.
Yeah. That the woman there said basically that he shouldn't be able to comment because he is a white man that has never had experienced, you know, prejudice.
Well, I mean, that's just ridiculous. From the other side. I mean,
I think just because you're of a different race doesn't mean you can't empathise and understand.
Well, that's just a ridiculous thing to say about white people. Like, in this country, right?
Yeah.
After the Muslims, which, you know, they've become the new Jews.
Yeah.
Muslims are the new Jews.
Mm-hmm.
After the Muslims, which group of people in this country are the most discriminated against or vilified in the media? Yeah, Eastern Europeans, white Christian people.
Yeah.
You know, the Irish. Look at the history of Ireland and the Irish. The Irish have been treated like shit through the centuries.
And stereotyped
not just by
us,
the British, but when they moved over to America, there was a lot of discrimination against Irish people. I don't know. It's just.
I think what a lot of people.
I don't see why people. They have this idea of privilege, and it's useful. It's an interesting idea, and it can, in some ways, be used to inform social policy and direction and shit.
Yeah.
But then you can't just completely dismiss everyone's experience, and just make these generalizations like that.
Yeah.
It's ironically racist.
They forget the whole Selma thing where with Martin Luther King, he was marching. And there was a lot of white people there as well. Like they got attacked as well. They got killed as well.
Yeah, they did.
You can't judge people. Bernie Sanders, he was involved in all that.
Again, it's art. He's allowed his opinion on art, even if it's a stupid fuckwit opinion. Oh no, this music, I don't like it.
I generally like Piers Morgan because I find him quite inflammatory and quite irritating.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you only like him for the reason you like that Katie Hopkins.
Just because they chat shit.
And Dapper Laughs.
Yeah.
It's just arseholes in the media who make people angry.
Yeah.
And you like other people's anger.
I do.
And tears.
I do.
They're delicious tears. They're e-tears.
Collect them and drink up.
Indeed. Through Twitter.
Yeah, no, I think, we've given Beyonce enough airtime. But yeah, no, there was another thing that you wanted to speak about, wasn't there?
I mean, it's very similar sort of story actually to a lot of what we were just talking about women and image and the role of musicians. You remember Lil Kim?
I do remember Lil Kim. How many licks does it take to, that was a very good song.
I don't know, I don't actually listen to Lil Kim. All I know is she was messing with Biggie back in the day.
It's a very sex-filled song.
Before he...
It was talking about cunnilingus, that song. Lil Kim.
Was it giving specific directions? How many inches above the... I
think it was talking about the 2.5 centimetres required.
Above the...
That's a long tongue, isn't it?
Opening.
I know, it's not a long tongue. I don't know why I'm doing that with my tongue.
It's not very good on a medium. That's
it's a really good song.
Not really long tongue.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's white now.
Okay.
She's become a white woman.
How did she achieve that?
I don't know. Well, she's posted recently a load of pictures on Instagram, and she's looking a lot fairer of skin. She's got blonde hair now. She's looking, smaller now. She's looking like a
Caucasian,
a white woman.
One of Yaku's childs. Is it Yakub's child? Okay.
And there's as you might expect, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. They've all gone spastic over it.
Okay.
They've lost their shit.
I think I saw one on Instagram where there was basically it had a comment, it's like when you've been bleaching to become white but you forget to do your feet. And it's like a really dark this really pale white person.
It's fucking hilarious. Dirty feet.
Yeah. It's amazing. But yeah. No, I think that's ridiculous. Why are you doing that to yourself?
What, becoming white?
Well, just appreciate what you are. You're black.
The thing is, right, you look at her through her history, right? She's had a million different fucking hair colours and wigs and makeup styles and colourful, outrageous clothing, perhaps. Why are people making a specific deal out of her changing that aspect of her appearance?
Maybe people are scared of her body dysmorphia.
But why are we reacting to her body dysmorphia this way when we would react to, say, a transgendered person's body dysmorphia in a different way?
What, in terms
if
of
she
transitioning?
Feels that she wants to be...
This is linking to Rachel Dolezal, man.
It is indeed.
It is. I miss that woman.
She's still alive, I think.
Okay.
I don't know, I've not heard anything.
She's had a black baby now.
What, really?
Or mixed race baby. Depending on what
she's
review.
Black.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, carry on with the thing. Why people... I think within the black community, there's a whole issue with race, obviously. Like, within, you've got that whole light skin and dark skin divide. Like, dark skinned people don't like light skinned people. And then you always use the whole light skin thing, like, why are you being a Drake? Because Drake is very light skinned, he's mixed race. And then he's a whiny little bitch. Or like if someone's like acting all up in their emotions, it's like, why are you acting all like light skinned for,
Oh right.
So there's a lot of like divide there, but it's very painful because obviously you've got the whole wider populace as well to deal with. But then I think it's sort of that whole, black people are proud of being black because you've had to endure so much. For someone to like leave the race and go and trying to be white, it's sort of like, you should stay with us. That sense of community.
Yeah.
That's what I see, but that's why people are getting offended. It's like, why are you not proud of being black?
Do you feel offended?
No, not really. If you want to do that shit to yourself, you do it. I'm proud of being black.
Yeah?
Oh, I am. It's got me to where I am. Well, actually, no, it hasn't got me to where I am.
Affirmative action, is that's what's got you through university?
No. I've had to work my ass off to get where I am. But no, I'm proud of like where we've come to, and I'm proud of where we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To the moon.
To the moon.
Space.
Exactly.
To the stars. Why not?
Well, people say the sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon, bruh. That's a good saying.
I just think it's quite weird, man, this reaction. Like, I know it's easy for me to say this as a white person. Mm-hmm. And I know it must seem like if you're particularly dark that there is an inherent racism in the entertainment industry.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's not, I can't look past the fact, right? Lil Kim, what is she?
Black.
No. What does she do? Who is she as a person?
She's a rapper.
Right, exactly. I read one comment on Instagram. It's saying like, wow, why is Lil Kim white? She just lost a lot of respect in my books, right?
Well, that's out of order.
Yeah, that's my point, right? Why does anyone care what she looks like? She's a musician. Why would you lose respect for her because she's now decided to bleach her skin, or she's just wearing different makeup, or she's changed her diet? I don't know.
She should be judged on a musical
But that's what I mean. Yeah. It's like, why are people
My only issue is that maybe I feel that by doing that, you're disrespecting your community. You're saying that you're not happy with being black. Like, what is wrong with being black? That's why I see it. Like, you're bleaching your skin.
It's not necessarily that she's saying there's anything wrong with being black. No. Why does she have to feel? Why does she necessarily, just because she is black, have to live by all these standards that are set for by other black people? Why can't she just be her own individual? Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think it's dumb.
Yeah. What advantage is she getting from doing that, though?
Based on what I've read, I think it's for her.
Okay.
Like, she's made comments before about sort of feeling like she's not attractive, being told that she could be better looking.
Yeah. Well, then those people who are making those comments are like...
She's had, blokes maybe cheat on her with, quote, European appearing, quote,
okay, women. So you're obviously going to have, like,
so I think a lot of it's that. But then it's being fed into by all these tossers on Twitter who've got nothing fucking better to do than get worried about a musician's appearance. Mm-hmm. Why are people looking to other people, like celebrities in particular, for their fucking self-confidence? If you're proud to be black, be proud to be black.
Yeah.
Why do you give a fuck what Lil Kim looks like? I don't know if she's bleached her skin, I don't know if it's makeup, I don't care. It doesn't make any odds to me. Why do you need someone else to live
by your rules?
Well, because you're basically then, what are you living through them? You're leeching off their confidence.
It's fair.
Why don't you fucking just get over it yourself? Yeah. accept you for you, and don't worry about Lil Kim. Fuck her.
So if this is one complete... Let's flip it on its head here.
Okay.
Iggy Azalea.
Yeah?
She is very Caucasian.
She's quite white.
But she has adopted a American... and a black African American culture there. Yeah, like and the way that the mannerisms.
Yeah.
If she injected some black pigment into her skin and all of a sudden looked black, would you have an issue with that?
Personally, would I?
Yeah.
No, I'd think she's a fucking idiot for doing it. I'd probably mock her.
Yeah.
I'd be like, why have you just fucking tattooed your whole body black? Yeah. You look like a dick.
Yeah. Would that be
You're a skinny white chick who's dyed herself black. You look dumb as fuck.
Would you class it as blackface? Because then you could class what Lil Kim has done as whiteface.
I did see another humorous comment about that. I think it was tongue-in-cheek. It was something like, oh, this is horrendous whiteface. My Irish ancestors didn't die for this. I mean, you could argue it. I mean, I understand why blackface is more offensive than whiteface, because there's not a history of whiteface being used to characterise, you know, in a negative way, white people. Yeah. But at the same time, like Rachel, you've spoken about that Rachel Dolezal before, like, is what she did offensive? I mean, she tanned herself so she looked black. She did her hair all so it looked black.
Well, I think we spoke about that whole, you've got transgender people and there's like that state of mind, you know, where fair enough, you're physically, by the constraints of like what we have like installed as a male or female, you are male, you are female.
But your brain chemistry is hooked up different. So
who says you can't think, you know, that you're white?
Because that makes no fucking sense.
No, but
because it's with male and female, right? Yeah. And this might piss off some feminists. I'm not saying that gender roles need to be set in stone, but there are certain aspects of male and female behaviour which you can sort of generalise, and which generally one gender falls into sort of perhaps having particular traits and the other in general different traits. But, well, for example, there is no, for example, white culture or black culture, is there?
No.
I mean, if you go to the Caribbean, the culture, the food, the religion, it's all going to be different than if you go to Africa. Yeah. And it's going to be different if you go to a black neighbourhood in New York. Yeah. And in a black neighbourhood in London. Yeah. There is no sort of one monolithic black culture, just as no one monolithic white culture or anything. Yeah, I agree. You know, race is just pigmentation, largely. I mean, it's your skin colour is your skin colour. You're producing more or less melanin. Yeah. Because of whatever sunlight conditions you're under. It's a trivial thing. I know it looks big to us because we're very visually based animals. Yeah. And when someone's black and the other person's white, it's a very visually stark contrast. Okay. But really, genetically, behaviourally, it's no different. Like, the difference between white people and black people, I think, are cultural. Yeah. I agree. I can concur with that. You know, I'm white, you're black. But culturally we're very similar. We behave in similar ways. We don't have entirely different political or philosophical views or whatever. No, I agree. Like, you know, that's why I think transracialism is dumb. I'm not sure if it's transgenderism or transsexualism these days. It's hard to keep up with so many words. But, you know, I think there's more of a basis for that. I think in general there is a bigger difference in behaviour between men and women that you see across races. Okay, that's fair. I think at that point we should end the show. Well, I think we've conclusively discussed all those issues now. Yeah, that's the final word on Lil Kim. Blam. It's transracialism. Cool. All right. So this has been Shooting the Shit. It's been a pleasure, man. With Rich. Look at that. I've been well informed now. Like, I feel like look at you with notes and shit. Multiple pages. Sources. You did much better than me. Thanks, man. Like I said, I did just use Facebook trending. I've been on an uphill. I need to plan further ahead. Yeah. Much further ahead than I do. Okay. Yeah. Well, next time we do it, it'll be going like clockwork. Exactly. Military precision to the next podcast, man. Sweet. Cool. Anyway, enough of this fucking noise. Goodbye. Bye.